Listen, bases loaded, bottom of the ninth. Listen, I want to talk about leadership. A lot of people really don't talk about leadership, but listen, I don't care what nobody says. Everybody trusts the leader. Everybody will listen to the leader. You just got to prove your track record. Now, a lot of people don't talk about this, but what is a track record? Listen, we going in and we dropping straight survival content. Your track record is a list of people, a list of clients, a list of things that you did that ensured success. When it comes to YouTube, listen, I have one client right now that ensures my track record. I don't call his name, but when it's all said and done, he is literally super successful in his first year of YouTube, and I am excited and happy for his success. Now, you guys have to understand, I believe in a win-win. Now, I read this in 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, and I believe that this is the best in business. I believe in the win-win. And when I mean the win-win is, I win, you win. And I'm gonna say this again, I believe in a win-win. When I win, you win. Now, when it's all said and done, a lot of people, they don't believe in a win-win. They just believe in rob Peter to pay Paul. Listen, I had an IT guy, and I want to share this with you guys. This guy was talking about starting a C Corp or S Corp, listing a whole bunch of employees, getting a whole bunch of funding, and then after I get the funding, fire all the employees and keep the funding. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? You guys have to understand, a lot of people out here in business, life, they're wolves. They're wolves. And the whole thing about it is they get mad when you know about wolves. They don't, listen, people don't want you to know about wolves. And the more that you don't know about wolves, that's how people will literally come and take advantage of you. And I'm gonna say this again. A lot of people, they get mad when you know about the wolves, the sheep, or even a little bit more advanced, they get mad when you know about the wolves, the sheep, and the sheepdog. And they get mad when you know about the wolves, the sheep, and the sheepdog. And they get mad when you tell people the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. People want me to lust. I would never forget when my channel was at 47K. When my channel was at 47K, everybody kept saying, Mr. Keep It Simple, you're so close to 50K. I don't care about 50K. I don't care about 100K. I just want men to be the man. That is it. I just want a man to know that, listen, I don't care about my height. I don't care about my status. I don't care about anything other than the mission at hand, which is your kids. I don't care what anybody said. When you focus on what type of kids you want, it will be easy. Listen, this is where the video is going to get good. Pump up the volume, pump up the volume. It's going to be easier to find your woman when you focus on what type of kids that you're trying to produce. I don't care what nobody say. As a man, the best feeling in life is I came, I saw, I conquered, I waited, and I procreated. Take that back from the top. As a man, the best feeling in life is I came, I saw, I conquered, I waited, and then I procreated. You guys have to understand, when you take your time to procreate, you're gonna feel 10 times better than if a woman texts you and say, I'm pregnant. So when it's all said and done, a lot of men have to understand that it takes time to get to know people. And with that being said, listen, be a student of life. The more you learn, the more you become wise. And a lot of people, they don't take time to learn from others. I don't care what nobody says. As a content creator, we learn a lot. Observe, share, and that's it, man. Like, as content creators, from TikTok, there's a lot of information. From life, there's information. From family, there's information. And I just want to say, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over. You cannot let people use you. You cannot let people strong arm you. You cannot let people play you. When it's all said and done in life, the majority of people, they think that they have to be a wolf to ensure success. And I'm gonna say this again, it's so false, but people feel like they gotta be a certain way in business. And like I said, I blocked my IT guy because his mindset is so criminal. And you will think because he does IT, you will think he's smart, but how can you start a C Corp, S Corp, and then all of a sudden you hire employees, You sell a false hope, and then you fire them. When it's all said and done, a lot of people out here, they will do anything for money. And I'm gonna say this again, they will do anything for money. They're cutthroat. To me, I trust in the Lord. When my time comes, at least my lust was intact. My lust was conquered. My flesh was destroyed. My mind was right. My grind was right. My circle tight. I mean, everything was, it happened. And listen, like the phrase go, let the chips fall where they may. You guys have to understand, once you plant the seed, there's nothing that you can do. A lot of people want to rush success. A lot of people want to stress success. A lot of people want to overthink success. There's nothing that you could do but continue to keep going hard. And I don't care what anybody say, every woman will trust you if you have leadership skills. Most people don't have leadership skills. And the fact that they don't have leadership skills, or they don't throw themselves into leadership positions, they try to go around women running games. Let me tell you guys something. I don't care who it is. Nobody wants to be around people that play games. Be honest and be serious with yourself. Listen, when it comes to a man and you vet a woman, at the end of the day, it's easier to vet a woman if you think about kids first. Is this woman going to be the best woman around my kids? And if the answer is no, listen, you don't have to think about her. You could take her to get calamari. You could have calamari nights. You could take her to get lobster. You could hang out with her, but it would never be anything serious. You wouldn't want to do anything serious with her. You wouldn't want to have intercourse with her, because anything could lead to a potential child. And you already told yourself in your mind, she's not the woman that I want to raise my child. So I always tell people, the millions is not for flexing. The millions is not for the country club. The millions, that's for the kids. When it's all said and done, when you die, what are you going to leave your kids behind? Like, people don't want to think about death. I don't care what anybody say. Listen, death is a beautiful part of life, because if you prepared, that means you also prepared and saved something for your future family. Most people in their 20s, they don't want to think about it. Most people in their 30s, they don't want to think about it. 40s, 50s, it's a part of life people don't want to think about. But you got to think about, before you smile in a woman's face, do you have enough money saved up in case anything happened to you? If you have a heart attack and she has your child, what are you leaving your wife with? We talk about real issues on this topic. We don't talk about things that are entertaining. We talk about real issues. And a real issue is, if something happened to you, if something happened to your health, do you have enough money saved up to the point where you could leave behind at least 10 million with your wife? And if you can't leave behind 10 million with your wife, you need to keep working. It is what it is. A lot of guys, they have pride. So if you have pride, it's easy to say, I could get a woman without money. Okay, so what happens when you get her pregnant? What happens when you pass away? What you gonna do? You gonna literally leave a generation of struggle? Listen, when it's all said and done, I'll be the first one to tell you, I never struggled in my life. I don't know what the struggle is. All I know is what winning, all I know what grinding is. I don't know what struggle is. My first show on YouTube, forget YouTube. Outside of YouTube, I'm selling merchandise. Second year, I'm selling merchandise. Third year, I'm selling merchandise. My fourth year, got monetized, ran up a couple little checks, put me in a nice position, made moves. But when it's all said and done, year 5, things are finally taking off. So when it's all said and done, my struggle wasn't really a struggle. And I'm gonna say this again, my struggle wasn't really a struggle. I never struggled in life. And the fact that I never struggled in life, I don't really care for the struggle. Like, some people love the struggle. They feel it builds character. I don't care to build character and struggle. And I'm gonna say this again, I don't care to build character and struggle. I don't care to build adversity. When it's all said and done, according to my calculations, it's gonna be a little risky. If things are gonna be a little risky, guess what? We take it down to the wire. At the end of the day, we take it down to the buzzer beater. But when it's all said and done, according to my calculations, I knew it was gonna be risky. I knew it was going to be risky before I started. I knew it was going to be risky before I planned it out. I mapped it out and tracked it out. I knew it was going to be risky from the start. So just say things get a little tight. Just say things get a little technical. Just say things get a little hectic. Guess what? At the end of the day, the war is won and the general's 10. Listen, we got to go 15 minutes in this, because guys don't realize, bro, it's all about your leadership skills. If people don't trust you, that's cool. They don't need to trust you. When it's all said and done, the only people that need to trust you is your kids. If you don't have kids, peer pressure shouldn't move you. And I'm gonna say this again, if you don't have kids, opinions of others should not move you. Opinions of others, it should be like napkins at McDonald's. If people got a point, they got a point. If people feeling high, they got a joint. Follow the wordplay. If people got a point, they got a point. If they feeling high, they got a joint. When it's all said and done, like the old phrase go, break a leg, they broke a joint. And I'm gonna say this again, if they got a point, they got a point. If they high, they got a joint. Break a leg, they got a joint. That's how life goes, but you can't worry what people got to say. The only thing that's gonna matter is when your kids say, Daddy, I'm hungry. The only thing that's gonna matter is when your daughter say, Daddy, I'm hurt. I need to go to the ER, and the hospital bill is like 4,000 or 5,000. At the end of the day, that's the only thing that's gonna matter when you have kids. If you don't got kids, bro, nothing else really matters, bro. Who cares what people have to say? Stay focused before you end up homeless. And when it's all said and done, you can keep on improving. You could change up your look. You could always evolve. You could clean up nice. When it's all said and done, it's not hard to clean up nice. It's not hard to smell good. To everybody out there, Dolce & Gabbana Intenso. And I'm gonna say this again, Dolce & Gabbana Intenso is one of the best smelling colognes for $60. You have options. You have the option to win. You have the option to lose. You have the option to lead. You have the option to follow. That's it. You have options. And we live in a world where men are believed that they don't have options, or men are believed that they have less options than women. When it's all said and done, listen, no divide. Your options are your options. Your life is your life. Your path is your path. When it's all said and done, God has your back. A lot of people put trust in man because they're people pleasers. When it's all said and done, you can't be far if you're a people pleaser. See, I could rock a video in the suburbs. You know why? Because I'm not a people pleaser. People probably look at me, probably thinking, what is he doing? But when it's all said and done, listen, these videos are going to help my future daughter. These videos are going to help my future son. These videos are going to help my wife. These videos are going to put up at least 10 to 15 mil if I pass. These videos is going to get my body, you feel me, on a flight back to Germany. These videos are going to get me, you know, buried in a backyard of my German mansion. When it's all said and done, listen, you got to have the end in sight. A lot of people don't have the end in sight. They don't think 30 years in advance. They don't think 40 years. And the thing about having an end in sight is, listen, you might call a couple audibles like Peyton Manning. Follow the wordplay. You might think you about to go with a straight long bomb, then you might see something moving, and you say, listen, audible, 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 boom. And you might hand off a play to somebody else, and they might blow up, and then they blow up before you blow up. But guess what? You call the audible, you hit this person off, they got the Lamborghini before you, but guess what? Now, your mentorship matters because you can ensure that if I work with this person and he got the Lambo, if I work with you and we follow the same blueprint, guess what? You won't get it too. So sometimes, a lot of people don't think about this, but when it comes to just life and success, sometimes it's better to see other people win. We're going 15 minutes on this video, and I told you guys, other kings gotta win. People don't want to hear that. They don't want to believe that, but I'm here to tell you other kings got to win. Right now, somebody's going to get a Porsche GT RS3. I'm happy for them. Somebody right now is going to get a Rolls Royce Spectre. I'm happy for them. Somebody right now is going to get the Maybach with the all-white interior, and they wearing all white just to eat at an all-white party. I'm happy for them. Because when it's all said and done, guess what? If that person can maintain, that's a good sign. It shows that I can maintain just like them. If people going to jail and they got it too fast, that's a good thing that I got it slow so I don't end up like them. We can learn from everybody. Everything makes sense, believe it or not. And I'm gonna say this again. We can learn from everybody. We can learn from the good. We can learn from the evil. You never want to be too self-righteous. You can learn from Big Meech. You can learn from Bishop T.D. Jakes. You can learn from Sean Combs. You can learn from James Harden. You can learn from Duke the Jeweler. You can learn from the Prince family. You can learn from everybody. Don't think that you can't learn from everybody. When it's all said and done, you can learn from everybody. You can learn from Larry Hoover. You can learn from Tookie Williams. You can learn from everybody. You can learn from Kendrick Lamar. You can learn from Drake. Don't get it twisted. What did I miss? When it's all said and done, open up your eyes. A lot of people, they're in la la land. And like they say, ignorance is bliss. But you got to ask yourself, the older you get, how long can you be ignorant? You can't be 40 and blue-eyed. That's what they say in Germany, meaning you're blind to the fact. You can't be 40 and blue-eyed. You can't be 40 and ignorant. I mean, when it's all said and done, as you age, you got to get it together. Like they say, pick up the pieces. Sooner or later, you got to pick up the pieces. Sooner or later, you got to actually stop playing and stop capping, whoever 50-50, and you got to stand on something. And I feel like if you stand on something, listen, keep going until it sticks within the culture. And I'm gonna say this again, we're going 17 minutes, I'm not even playing. But whatever you do, keep going until it sticks in the culture. My first year, it didn't stick. My second year, it didn't stick. My third year, it didn't stick. My fourth year, it didn't stick. My fifth year, it's finally starting to hit. People really starting to say, oh man, protect this man at all costs. My first year, it was don't protect this man at all costs. But now it's protect this man at all costs. That's what it's all about, bro. You got to keep going until it stick. And when it stick, guess what? Boom, you hit the jackpot. As an entrepreneur, I don't care what anybody say. I don't gamble. I don't go to Vegas. But in business, to me, it's all about the jackpot. You got to keep going until you hit the jackpot. And then when you hit the jackpot, that's when it's real. And I'm going to say this again. When you hit the jackpot, that's when it's real. But you got to keep playing that slot machine in business. A lot of people, they give up. If they not seeing a cherries, if they not seeing a 777s, people give up. You can't give up. You got to keep going until you hit the jackpot. A lot of people, they want you to stop, but that's what they want. And I'm sorry, wishful thinking. You can't give people what they want. And I'm gonna say this again, you can't give people what they want. You gotta keep going and you gotta stay focused on you. Stay focused before you end up homeless and stop trying to please people. I'm gonna tell you, the worst feeling in life is trying to please your parents. The worst feeling in life is trying to please your friends. The worst feeling in life is trying to please other people. You can't please nobody. Stay true to who you are. Do you. Stay focused on you. Lock in and don't lock out. And I'm gonna say this again. Lock in and don't lock out. Let it breathe.